Hi guys, my name is Catherine for those of you who are here for the first time, and I tell true stories. My story today is about some royalties, some royal families of long time ago who died of undignified deaths. Well, I can't say that there is any dignified death, but from the stories you see that death does not choose, does not know the royalties or the purpose. It doesn't care. Just because you are a royalty, it doesn't mean that you are going to be assumed into heaven like the Virgin Mary. You will die in any way. So the following are some of the royalties who died very shameful deaths. Number one, King Adolf Frederick of Sweden. King Adolf Frederick of Sweden in 1771. During, we call it a Shrove Tuesday. They used to call it a Shrove Tuesday. A Shrove Tuesday is a Tuesday before Lent. Lent in Christianity is a season of fasting, and it starts on Ash Wednesday. It is a marking of the starting of fasting. So on the Shrove Tuesdays, they will have the final meal before they start fasting. They will be allowed to eat all the delicacies, all the sweet things, the fried things, what can I call these things? You know, foods that had eggs, butter, all the delicacies you will think of. You had to eat them on the Shrove Tuesday because after that, Lent was going to be very strict. Remember, those were the 1770s and 71s. So Lent was real Lent, not this one of just not eating Friday meat like some Lent these days. So this King Adolf did just that. He ate all the delicacies that he could think of. He had caviar, he had lobsters, because the next day he's going to start fasting. As if that is not enough, he had the semia pudding. He had semia as pudding. After eating all these lobsters, caviars, and all the sweet things that he could think of, pancakes, he added, what did he add? Some pudding called semia. He ate 14 plates of semia and died. Why did he die? Food poisoning. The royal ate until he died. What a shameful death it was. Well, none of us will choose how to die. We don't know. Maybe we will also eat. But this was some of just the weird, funny deaths that the royals had. The royals believed that you should eat with some etiquette, things like that. That's why it was a bit strange for this royal to die of overeating. Number two. Who was this number two? Number two was a guy called Emperor Qin Shi Huang of China. He was the emperor of China 2,000 years ago. Emperor Qin Shi Huang. This guy was obsessed by immortality, not dying. He just couldn't imagine he was going to die. So he was trying for all means to avoid death. And you know what he did? He began feeding on cyanide mercury. Cyanide mercury is believed to cleanse the blood if taken in small quantities. I don't understand how, but this is mercury all the same. You're drinking mercury. So this guy took a lot of this cyanide mercury. And instead of keeping his immortality, he died of poison. The mercury poisoned him, and he died. Trying to avoid death, but you die in the process of trying to avoid death. I don't know who told him that he cannot die. Number three, King Alexander of Greece. King Alexander of Greece was strolling with his German Shepherd dog in his estate, or some of his properties in Athens, when some monkeys attacked his German Shepherd by the name Fritz. He tried to remove the monkeys from his German Shepherd, but then the other monkeys came and jumped on him and bit him, and he suffered some infection, which later on killed him from the bites of the monkeys. That was King Alexander of Greece for you. He died by being bitten by the monkeys. You know that you're a royal. It doesn't mean that you're gonna crash maybe in a plane sitting in a first class, or maybe you're gonna drown in a Titanic. This one was killed by monkeys. Number 4, King Bilal of Hungary. This one was known for protecting Hungary from the Roman Empire. The guy was actually killed on his throne, on his seat of throne, you know. You know, sometimes when you are on a stage performing and then the stage collapses and you go inside, there's a big hole in there at the underground of the stage. So this happened with his throne. His throne, chair of throne was on a high level and he sat on it and he fell inside kind of. It was so old. I don't know why they never fixed these things. I don't know. His people. He fell through his own throne of chair and he died from the injuries, from the severe injuries that he got from his own throne. You know, you're sitting there. It's very embarrassing actually. And then you fall inside your chair and maybe you are addressing the people. So he suffered from severe injuries after falling. I think basically because of some of his soft lives. And so when you have such a fall, you will be injured and you die. Number 5, King William II of England. This one died when he was doing one of his huntings. He loved hunting and he used to carry a few men of his to go hunting with him. And guess what? He was struck by an arrow accidentally by one of his own men. The people who were protecting him struck him with an arrow instead of protecting, but it's believed that either it was accidental or his successor, King Henry I of England, they believe had the plan to assassinate him through one of his men during hunting. But still again, some people used to go hunting when they're drunk, and so they will just be firing arrows anywhere. Could have been one of those arrows, or one of his men could have been drunk as well, because that time was part of their leisures and they had to do anything they want, go when they're drunk, because they're going for an outing anyway. So one of his own men assassinated him with an arrow while hunting. Now, the successor of King William II, King Henry I of England now, had a passion for lamprey. They're called lampreys, some slippery fish that look like an eel. He had a very strong appetite of this kind of fish. He died because he overate them and he suffered from food poisoning. So basically, he died of greediness, gluttony. Too much of something is poisonous. He needed to know that. He died of eating. Number 8 is King Charles VIII of France. This guy, he hit his head on a door frame while rushing to watch a game of tennis. He died. He's a king rushing to watch a game of tennis and he hits his head on a door frame and died. That was King Charles VIII for you of France. A royalty also dying in a funny way. I lost my count. I don't know whether that was 7th or 6th or 8th. So the next one was Holy Emperor Charles VI. That one, he was a Roman emperor and he ate raw mushrooms while visiting Vienna. He ate raw mushrooms, so he died. You know, there are some mushrooms that are poisonous. So you just don't go picking any mushrooms to eat. So these are some of the embarrassing deaths of some royalties in the world and some centuries ago. So death does not choose who you are. You either end up under 6 feet or you'll be cremated one way or another, but this if you're lucky enough to have your body found intact. So if you like my content, like, share, and subscribe. Ciao.